Good day, learners, and welcome to another lesson in Philippine history and government. Today's lesson is all about the life of Gloria Macapagal Arroyo. Maria Gloria Macaraeg Macapagal Arroyo was born on April 5, 1947. Gloria, often referred to by her initials GMA, is a Filipino academic and politician who served as the 14th President of the Philippines from 2001 until 2010. She is the longest serving President of the Philippines in the post-Marcos era. Before her accession to the presidency, she served as the 10th Vice President of the Philippines from 1998 to 2001 and was a senator from 1992 to 1998. After her presidency, she was elected as the representative of Pampanga's 2nd District in 2010 and later became the Speaker of the House of Representatives from 2018 until her retirement in 2019. She is the first woman to hold two of the highest offices in the country, Vice President and Speaker of the House. Vice Presidency 1998 to 2001. Arroyo considered a run for the presidency in the 1998 election, but was persuaded by President Fidel V. Ramos and leaders of the administration party, Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats, to instead seek the vice presidency as the running mate of its presidential candidate, House Speaker Jose de Venecia Jr. Through the latter loss to popular former actor Joseph Estrada, Arroyo won the vice presidency by a large margin, garnering more than twice the votes of her closest opponent, Estrada's running mate Senator Edgardo Angara. Arroyo began her term as vice president on June 30, 1998, becoming the first female to hold the post. She was appointed by Estrada to a concurrent position in the cabinet as Secretary of Social Welfare and Development. First term 2001 to 2004. The last quarter of 2000 up to the first week of January 2001 was a period of political and economic uncertainty for the Philippines. Days after leaving Malacanang Palace, President Estrada's lawyers questioned the legitimacy of Arroyo's presidency before the Supreme Court. He reiterated that he had not resigned as president and that at most Arroyo was just serving in an acting capacity. The High Court, however, voted unanimously to uphold the legitimacy of Arroyo's succession. As a consequence, Estrada no longer enjoys immunity from charges being filed against him. Corruption charges and Oakwood Mutiny. The Oakwood Mutiny occurred in the Philippines on July 27, 2003. A group of 321 armed soldiers who called themselves Bagong Katipuneros, led by Army Captain Gerardo Gambala and Navy Lieutenant Antonio Trillanes IV, took over the Oakwood Premier Ayala Center, now Ascot, Makati, serviced apartment tower in Makati to show the Filipino people the alleged corruption of the Gloria Macapagal Arroyo administration, believing that the president was going to declare martial law. 2004 presidential election. Article 7, Section 4 of the 1987 Constitution explicitly states that the President of the Philippines can only serve for one term. However, the same provision also implicitly states that the President's successor who has not served for more than 4 years can still seek a full term for the presidency. Although Arroyo fell under this category, she initially announced on December 30, 2002 that she would not seek the presidency in 2004. She emphasized that she would devote her remaining months in office to serving the people and improving the economy of the Philippines. In October 2003, Arroyo changed her mind and announced that she would contest the May 2004 presidential elections and seek a direct mandate from the people. As predicted by SWS exit polls, Arroyo won the election by a margin of over 1 million votes against Poe. However, the congressional canvassing was quite contentious as opposition lawmakers in the National Board of Canvassers argued that there were many discrepancies in the election returns and that insinuations of cheating were raised. On June 23, 2004, Congress proclaimed Arroyo and Noli de Castro as president and vice president, respectively. Second term, 2004 to 2010. On June 30, 2004, in a break with tradition, Arroyo first delivered her inaugural speech at the Quirino Grandstand in Manila. She then departed for Cebu City for her oath-taking, the first time that a Philippine president took the oath of office outside of Luzon. According to Ong, Arroyo ordered the rigging of the national elections for her to win by around 1 million votes against Poe. The recordings of Ong became known as the Hello Garci controversy and triggered massive protests against Arroyo. State of emergency. On February 25, 2006, the police raided the office of the Daily Tribune, a newspaper known as a critic of the Arroyo administration. The state of emergency existed for about 1 week with the purpose of curbing further violence, illegal rallies, and public disturbance throughout the Philippines. The police and the military dispersed demonstrators and protesters, especially those along Epifanio de los Santos Avenue or EDSA. Aside from General Lim, prominent personalities were also arrested in connection with their alleged participation in the attempt to overthrow the government. Charter change. Constitutional reform in the Philippines, also known as charter change, colloquially called Chacha, refers to the political and legal processes needed to amend the current 1987 Constitution of the Philippines. Under the common interpretation of the Constitution, amendments can be proposed by one of three methods: a people's initiative, a constituent assembly, or a constitutional convention. Under President Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, there were more attempts to change the 1987 Constitution. Constitutional reform was included in Arroyo's election campaign platform during the 2004 elections and was considered a high priority. Gloria Arroyo's post-presidency 2010 election to House of Representatives. In November 2009, Arroyo formally declared her intention to run for a seat in the House of Representatives representing the 2nd District of Pampanga, making her the second Philippine president after Jose P. Laurel to pursue a lower office after the expiration of their presidency. 2011 spinal surgery. In early 2011, she was diagnosed with cervical spondylosis or cervical radiculopathy. She was rushed to the St. Luke's Medical Center in Global City, Taguig, July 25, 2011, minutes after the State of the Nation address by Benigno Aquino III. 2011 hospital arrest. Arroyo was arrested on November 18, 2011, after a Pasay court issued a warrant of arrest against her, following the filing of a complaint for electoral sabotage by the Commission on Elections. The arrest warrant was served at a St. Luke's Medical Center at Taguig where Arroyo had been confined. Days earlier, the Supreme Court had issued a resolution enjoining attempts by the Department of Justice to prevent her departure from the Philippines to seek medical treatment overseas. She was transferred to the Veterans Memorial Medical Center in Quezon City on December 9, 2011. Arroyo was then released from hospital arrest on bail on July 25, 2012. Once again, Maria Gloria Macaraeg Macapagal Arroyo, the 14th President of the Philippines. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe, and hit the bell button for more lessons to learn. Bye!